There are times where I want to quit bonsai, and this is starting to push me into that phase, but I'm not gonna quit. You know, we've come too far now. So some days at Mirai, some days it's gonna cool down again, and hopefully the trees are still here when that happens. That's the some days at Mirai this time. I feel like every year takes on a theme. The theme of this year is how bad do you want to do bonsai? How much do you like this art form? Which I've been challenged by that before, but we've really never had to respond to weather like this, which I think is going to become the new theme of what it means to engage with the natural environment in any way, shape, or form moving forward. And that's tough. That's tough. I think this is like one of the smartest ways to divide a room architecturally, is with the ability to either pull a wall out and put it away, or potentially create transparency and then reduce transparency. So this is more like how you manipulate the aesthetic of a space, just functionally being applied to a greenhouse environment, which the lights and a lot of the different components in here are more interior pieces than they are like industrial greenhouse, green industry stuff. And material wise, it's the same cedar that we've used in the framing of all the windows and look freaking awesome. You know Lani with the hair? That Lani? Lani is like this super talented, creative that came to Mirai from a job. It didn't even remotely touch what Lani could do. And then she came here and she started making magic, and we were all like, oh, this is what you can do. Lani has just taken on the visual representation of Mirai as a photographer, and we've always had a very strong photographic presence, but what she is doing is heading in a whole new direction at a whole new level.
I'm Lani Milton. One of my favorite aspects of this job is that I actually get to take tree portraits. I often outside of work describe myself as a tree portraitess. Ryan is very easy to work with. I know in the bonsai world, he has such a strong presence, but coming from an art background and photography background, he feels very collaborative. And so it's been really nice stepping into Mirai and having this person with such a presence around him and offering to work together.
Every time Ron posted new pots, I would see it, because I'm always hawking on the internet for work of the people that I admire and that I like to work with. And I saw he posted, he's got a new selection of pots, and I went there and I just said, I'll take all of them. Because we use a lot of pots, because we have students that have great taste in pots. And he sent me an email the next morning and he said, were you sober when you sent me that email? And have you heard something? So I called him and I said, Ron, I was completely sober, even though it was 3:30 a.m. when I sent that. Never mind the time, that's Mirai style. I just want more of your work. I always want more of your work. And I said, and I haven't heard anything, what would I have heard? And he said, I'm retiring as a ceramicist. We're super proud to get to distribute the last of Ron's work via Mirai's web store, where, you know, for me, this whole journey began and from a facility that has really benefited from the influence of Ron Lang and Sharon Edwards Russell, the duo that makes up Lang Ceramics.
Don't look at me, look at the tree. That's what my face is saying. Not me, the tree. Look at me working so hard.
Yeah, that's true. In the studio, Josh and I were working on 3 trees over this past week, where we highlighted like beautiful fronts, took detail shots where we just try to make the tree look as realistic but as beautiful as possible. Tree sale in the weeks leading up to it tend to be one of the more hectic weeks at Mirai. We want to capture those trees, we want to make them look beautiful, we want to represent them well for everyone who wants to purchase them. We've streamlined this process where at the beginning of every month, I go out and take photos of all the streams, which is great because it just means that we get to pre-plan. And I love planning. This time, I'm focusing on just getting those details, making them look pretty, and then sending them out to you so that they can support all the streams.
Some days are hopscotch days, and some days are waiting to get hit by a dodgeball days. And although there's been a lot of dodgeballs, we still got time for hopscotch at Mirai. Keep your eye out for all the projects that we're working on, and continue to keep your head up and support each other as we kind of weather the storm of constantly shifting nuances that are causing this art form to further and ever evolve. Enjoy.